Nearly good afternoon. Okay, just making sure everything works. It's all looking good. Okay, so afternoon folks, hope you're ready for bring the pace down a little bit. Okay, just to help stretch out from all those muscles we've been jumping up and down on and pushing and pulling with all week. Okay, so this is our BOF Yoga, BOGA, mobility and stretch. And I am indoors, because even though it's quite sunny out there, it's still in the shade there, so my patio is still frozen and it's ices. So I've kind of whipped out a bit and come indoors, because you can't really sit around and do stretches when it's Baltic outside. That's my excuse anyway. Okay, so as always, just need to do our warm-up. So just start jogging on the spot. So even though we're doing stretch and mobility stuff, we still need to get our muscles nice and warm. So a nice easy jog to start with. We'll go through most of these moves we do during our normal warm-ups. Yeah, welcome to my house. Okay, doing jumping jacks. Indoors, Biff, BOF Indoor Fitness. So nice and easy on these jumping jacks. Friday already. Yeah. Even though every day is a Wednesday during BOF, isn't it? Okay, doing these heel flicks. I'm going to do it this way because the mats keep moving. Might have to bin that mat altogether. So nice easy heel flicks. Okay, and then our reverse lunge and reach. So remember, most of these we do during the actual session. These ones are really brief stretches, just to wake up a few muscles. Remember, reach up and backwards. Keep your balance. Next one, squat and twist. Push the hands out to front, squat. Hands, so follow the hands around, the head around with the hands. So keep an eye on your hands. Keep watching your hands, so twist through the upper body. Squat, twist, twist. Big deep squat. And into our press ups. So we're going to press up position, step, reach, and press up. Oh, feel that. A lot of press ups this week. Well, that's like yesterday. Loads of work. 2 great sessions. So if you want a really good strength hit session, what we did yesterday was brilliant. Okay, back to running. Good, half and half. 20 seconds of a CV exercise, 20 seconds of a strength move. It was a beauty. The difference is when you do this warm up inside, within 2 minutes, you're warm. It's our summer sessions. Do you remember those? Oh. Okay, we go straight to these mobility moves this time. So this time I went to forward lunge and twist. Need to do this on a mat, so I slide around. I just find it's easier to do these moves in socks. And you haven't got clumpy trainers sort of catching the floor when you try and do these moves. And it's good to have your feet on the floor when you do these moves, so you're more grounded. You can feel where you need to push your feet into the floor. This time, wide squat, reach over the top, big squat, reach. Nice wide stance, feet and knees aligned, so they should be pointing out. Okay, our next move, we're going to go back into the press-up position. And then I'll drop the hips, lift the hips move. Go from here, stretch out through the abs. From here, push the heels into the floor. Press up, stretch, lift, press up. Okay, back to running. Going to go through one more cycle of these, one more run, a few of these stretches, and we're good to go. I had to come home and do these anyway. I was going to go and then see from. We can't get our Zoom and our Facebook group going at the same time. So I need a wired connection. That's why we're at home. Okay, so this time foot reverse lunge and a reach over the top of the head. So lunge, reach. Big stretch over. Again, warming up the legs. Okay, big circles with the arms. Going forward, big reach up. And then go backwards. Stretch out through the chest. Big pull, stretch that chest and leg swings. So just kick to the front, change. Try and point the toes. As you kick up, point the toes. That's good. And rest there, ready to go. So all we need is a mat, preferably one that doesn't slide everywhere. Okay, maybe a drink of water, especially if you're doing this indoors, you'll be getting warm. That's it. That simple. So we're doing the same ones as we did last week, okay, when we did it last. That's where you'll just get familiar with the moves. And then next week, we're going to introduce a mini bands version, okay? So you need to try and get a mini band. They're easy to get. You can get from Decathlon, they send them, deliver them. You can get from Amazon. They're just mini bands, and they're called mini resistance bands. And then we can do a few different moves and a few more strength and stretching moves with them as well. With parts we don't really work. But today we're doing the same one. It's all body weight. And if you did this the other week, it's the same. So we work for a minute. Just set my beloved timer up. Rest for 30 seconds. We can just go straight into the next one instead of waiting, but I'll just demo each one. Okay, and yeah, we've got 7 to do, and we go through the whole thing 3 times. Okay, so what we do is all these moves, you're going to try and breathe out at least twice, so exhale twice at the bottom and the top of each move. So if I show you what I mean, the first one is our hero press up and ab stretch. Okay, so what I mean by the hero press up is you come back from the press up position, sit back on the heels, come forward, press up, and then drop. Okay, when you sit back, you can either keep your feet and knees up, but if you want a bit more of a stretch with the upper body, put the knees down and then sink the chest down into the floor. You should feel it stretch out through your shoulders. So again, this is more of an upper body stretch. Then we come up, optional press up, and then stretch out through the abs. Okay, so we've got a hang of that. Let's go. So here we go. Sit back, lower the chest, exhale twice, come up. Do or don't have to do the press up. Exhale twice, and back again. Sit back. I put my knees on the floor, I get back stretch. This is what this is all about. Come forward, and stretch. Sit back, lower the chest down, come up, stretch through the abs. Make sure you're stretching here, not compressing here, okay? Stretch here, sit back, up, and rest. Good, so our next one we do in our warm-up all the time because it's a brilliant stretch, mobility stretch, so reverse lunge and reach. So remember, from this position you step backwards, same arm, same leg, put the knee down, stay upright and push the hips through. Okay, so from the side, step backwards, knee down, this knee still bent to 90 degrees, stay upright but push the hips through. And change legs. So step, push the hips through, and change over. Okay, so the idea, if you put the knee down, means you can just concentrate on the stretch. If you want to, you can keep the knee up. And that's obviously going to make this a little bit more work as well. So if your knee's up, your legs are having to hold you in a static hold position. But if you need to or want to, concentrate on the stretch more. We've done loads of work this week. Hopefully you have as well. And change over. So remember, this hand is going up and backwards. Okay, not bent, not going over, up, backwards. Reach up as high as you can. See, as long as possible on this side, as long as possible. And rest. Our next one is our press up position, step and reach. So again, we do this in the warm up. So again, it wakes up, stretches out through the groin, stretches out through your upper body. Again, you don't have to do the press up. So remember, from here, step, push the hips into the floor, breathe twice. Reach up, breathe twice. Optional press up, step, breathe twice, pushing the hips into the floor, stretching through your groin, then reach. Step, okay, push the hips down. Reach up, so same arm, same leg. Breathe twice. Step. Reach. And change. So you're trying to get your foot as close to your hand as possible. When I first started doing this, I was about here, but now we're up here, which is great. Change sides. step. Finish the move. And rest. Okay, our next one is our hamstring stretch and reach. Love this stretch. You scoot down, stretch through the hamstrings, reach up, stretch through the abs and hip flexors. So as if you're doing a normal hamstring stretch, half a step forward, you sink back, this leg straight, reach, and reach. Same on the other side. As you breathe out, every time you breathe out, try and reach a little bit lower. And up. Back round. Stretch. Reach. Stretch. Reach. 2 exhales. It's a big reach up. And stretch up. Big stretch through the hamstrings on this leg. Front leg straight, locked out. Reach. Finish the move. And rest. Okay, so our next one, we're going to do this wide stance. Stretch through the hamstrings. Breathe twice. Drop. Reach and squat. So you breathe twice here. 1, 2, drop, reach. Here we go again. So stretch. Breathe twice. Drop, exhale, reach. Breathe out as you come up. Stretch. Drop. Reach. When you reach up, try and keep pushing the hands back. So I'll show you what I mean. Drop. Push the hands back, 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 back. So you're trying to push the hands back behind you. Drop. Reach. And squat. That's great work, well done. Stretch, finish the move, drop, reach, and squat. Good, so we've got 2 more to do. I've put them in a slightly different order, so I couldn't read that properly. Okay, so these 2 are both in a prone position, lying down. Okay, one's going to stretch out your hips, then the other one is going to stretch out your glutes. This first one, you bring your leg to 90 degrees, the second one, knee right under. So for a press-up position, knee out to the side, lower your weight. So you want your leg to 90 degrees, not higher. Come up, swap sides. And change. So leg to 90 degrees only, not too high. You have a really good stretch on the outside of the hips here. One we never get to do. So it's going to be on here. Hips here on the underside. And the other side. That's good. And rest. Okay, so our next one is called our racing pigeon pose. Okay, so what you're trying to do is stretch out your glutes this time. So you've just done the hips in here. This time we want to hit here. And your engine, stretching out your glutes. This time bring the knee right underneath the chest. So in here, and then lower yourself down. then come up and change. Again, we're throwing this press up, you don't have to. So you can either do this staying upright in this position, or lower yourself down into this position. Just try them both, find out which one's the sweet spot for you. Always trying to find that sweet spot, whether it's exercising, strength training, or stretching. So sit up. If you're doing this way, you're trying to sink back onto the top of it. So the stretch is right in here. And up, change, and again, stay. If you're going to stay up, sink back into it. Swap sides. Sink into it. Finish the move. And rest. That's good. Great stuff. Well done. That's one down. We're going to do it twice more through. So now you should be getting the hang of this, okay? So as always, first one's a little bit of a reminder or a little bit of a teach. And the next two, you can really go for it. Really get into these deep stretches. So from now, when you've got the hang of this, if you want to, hold the stretch for a little bit longer. So maybe 2 or 3 breaths, okay? Okay, so give you 10 seconds. If you need a drink, that's good. Grab a drink and we're ready to go. So remember, our first one is our hero press up and then into our ab stretch. So we call them hero press ups, where you sink back, come forward and press up. It just keeps it simple, not having to call loads of things different things. I know in yoga it's actually called something different in that position, but we call it that. So here we go. So from your press up position, sink back. I put my knees on the floor so I can get lower. Come through and stretch out through the abs. You can put your knees on the floor. Up, sink back. Come through. Nice stretch through the stomach muscles. And back. And again, sink back, lower the chest. Finish the move. That's good. Okay, so our next one is our lunge and reach, and we're going to start straight away, or I am. We're going to hold this for a little bit longer. So here we go, 3 exhales. And change side. You don't have to start, you can wait for the beeps. So really good practice on this one. Every time you exhale, reach a little bit higher with the hand. Keep pushing the hips through, stay upright, don't lean back, okay? So up, stay upright. Keep pushing those hips through. And then if you really want to get into this, so on this side, squeeze the glutes on the same side the knee is down. So squeeze here, and that's going to really, really accentuate this stretch. Accentuate. That's a word of the day. Great word. Get a big reach up. 3 breaths. And change. Knee down. Finish the move. Feels great. Right in there. Really good stretch. Okay, so our next one, in our press up position, step and reach. So push the hips into the groin, reach up high, look at the hand. So from the press up position, step, push the hips in, that way, reach up, and change. Again, you don't have to do these press ups. Step, push the hips into the floor, reach with the hand. So you're trying to pull this as far back as it will go. So we're not only stretching through the upper body, you should feel a really good stretch through your lower back. So this one, stretching through the groin. This one, stretching through the upper body. And because you're rotating around, you should feel it stretch through your lower back. It should be a nice stretch. It shouldn't be uncomfortable, okay? Finish the move. And back up. Okay, we're back into our hamstring stretch and reach. So again, hold these for 3 breaths. We're just going to extend the stretch. So remember, as if you're doing a normal hamstring stretch. So half a step forward, front leg locked out. You sink back, lower the chest. 3, and up. Change legs. Front leg locked out, sink. 3 breaths. Reach. And always try to think about where your head goes. Okay, you always want your spine neutral. So head, neck and spine all in line. So you shouldn't be looking down, you shouldn't be trying to look up, you should be nice and relaxed, everything straight. And again here, instead of looking up, just look straight ahead. You're upright, look straight ahead. Just reach with the hands. Now hamstring stretch. Yeah, I'm doing this for 3 breaths. And reach. Okay, so our next one is our hip stretch. So from the prone position, remember your knee only comes up to 90 degrees. Okay, then out to the side. So we're going to stretch here. So the knee that's bent, this is the one we're going to stretch. Outside of the hips. So from here, knee to the side, lower your weight down. 1, 2, 3. Move your leg up and down. Find the spot that really stretches it out, then change. 3 breaths. Now you're always going to be tighter on one side. So if you're right-handed, your right side dominant, this side's more muscular, less flexible. So you'll always find you have an imbalance with its strength and stretching. So it's normal. So if you're like, I can't really feel it on this side, but you can really feel it on this side, that's normal, okay? Big hip stretch. Love this one. Okay, let's finish the move. Okay, another one of my favourites. I used to hate this when we started doing it. Found it really uncomfortable. Now I really like it. So this is the one where wide stance, stretch. Again, we do 3 breaths. 3, drop, sink back, breathe. Reach, breathe out as you come up. So when you come up, you're trying to push your hands up and backwards as you come out of the move. Okay, so here we go, stretch. Drop. Reach. And again, exhale, stretch. Use your own body weight. Don't force this out. Just use your own body weight. Drop. Reach. And squat through. Good work. Drop. Again, as you see, every time I breathe out, I'm trying to go a little bit lower. So just breathe out. Bit lower. So by the third time, I've actually got my knuckles on the floor. No comments. So next one, our last one in this set is our glutes, our engine. So what I mean by that, your engine, your glutes can work everything from squats, lunges, running, jumping, all from here. If these are tight, everything else is going to cause problems. So you can get tight glutes, problems with your hip flexors or lower back. It's really important to stretch these out. So bring the knee right underneath the chest. Either stay upright and sink into it, or lower yourself down. Find out which one works best for you. Where does it pull the most? And you should be getting a stretch here. And coming up. Good. Dropping back, sinking into this. If you're staying upright, I get it better when I'm up. Again, 3 breaths. And change. Now we're trying to get your head, neck and spine all in line. So if your body's in this position, you should be looking straight forward. So if you're looking up, you might feel it tense in your neck. Looking down too much, it's the same. So just try and keep everything in line, everything neutral. I know it's a lot easier said than done. And rest. But always try and remember. So when we're running, we always shout our cue points. That running talk, relax the shoulders, lead with the chest. Same when you're stretching or doing your exercising, there's loads of cue points. The neck and spine all in line is really important. Good work, folks. Can we go around once more? It's gone midday. And it's still frozen over out there. The only person getting any sunshine in our garden is the rabbit in her hutch there. Okay, so here we go, going around once more. So this time, I'm going to try and do 4 breaths. So again, just holding those stretches for a little bit longer each time. I'm really shaking my legs out, so I've got a dodgy knee. Okay, so remember our hero press up one first. Okay, so we're going to try and do 4 breaths on each. Let's go. So sink back. Let's put my knees down, sink. And then coming up. Press up. So again, try and look at your, feel where your neck is, where your head is. So if you walk your fingertips forward, you'll get more of a stretch through your back, your lats. Back. And forwards. Okay, finish the move. And okay, next one, our lunge and reach. Again, 4 breaths. Okay, because we're holding it longer, I'm going to start straight away. Knee down, reach up, push the hips through, stay upright, look straight ahead. Hand go up as high as you can. 4 breaths. Change. Good. So we're pretty much holding these for 10 seconds. If you're doing 4 breaths. Stay upright, push the hand up, look straight ahead. Remember your hands going up and back. Here we go. And rest. Okay, our next one, we're into our press up position, step and reach. Okay, so again, try and hold it for 4. Again, we can start straight away if you want to, or wait for the beeps. So step. Okay, we're going to do 3 breaths because this is a double move, okay? And change. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1. Change. So this time, 3 breaths. Forgot about that bit. And change. So step. Pushing the hips into the floor. Reach. And press up. Step. Reach. Press up. Good. So our next one, we're going to do our wide stance, stretch through the hamstrings, drop the hips, reach up. Okay, so it's 4 breaths at the bottom, 1 at the drop, 1 at the squat. Okay, so feet nice and wide. Remember, just use your own body weight, stretch, 4 breaths. Drop. Back up. So again, every time I breathe out, I'm trying to sink. Drop. And push up through. Stretch. And drop. Reach. Push through. And again. Stretch. Drop, reach, push through. Great work. And rest there. Okay, so we've got 3 left. You should be all nice and supple. Ready to go tomorrow for our HIIT session with Sim, maybe in the snow. Not yet. 3 minutes, mate. 5 minutes. So here we go, next one, our hip stretch. So from the press up position, foot to the side, sink down. 2, 3 breaths. 4 breaths. Up. Change sides. Make the knees just to 90 degrees. Find that sweet spot. Where do you get it the best? Where's the best place to get that stretch? Everybody's slightly different. We're all the same, but different. unique in more ways than one. And rest. Okay, so again, this time we're going to do our hamstring stretch and reach. Okay, so this is our normal traditional hamstring stretch from here. Sink back, lower the chest, count to 4, breathe out 4 times, 4 exhales. Then reach. This one, let's do 2. And at the hamstrings, do 4 breaths. Reach up. Again, see, I correct yourself, always look ahead at the top of the move. Neck and line, everything in line. And reach. And the other side. 1, 2, 4, and reach. So 4 and 2. And reach, finish the move. And rest there. Okay, our last one is our racing pigeon pose. It's actually the pigeon pose, but because we do it slightly quicker, racing pigeon pose. Okay, so remember this time the knee comes right underneath the chest, whereas before the knee came to 90 degrees. This one, you're trying to get it right up under here. Okay, that way it will hit the glutes. Okay, so here we go, knee under. Sink into it, 4 breaths. And change. And change. Sink into that stretch. Good, let's do one more on each side. And change. One more, finish the move. And finished. That's good, we're done there guys. Great work this afternoon, hope you enjoyed that. Hope it helps. Again, all these, just taking that time to stretch out, slow it down. You know, just a different emphasis on what we're trying to do, always trying to keep it different, keeping your body working, and also this will look after your body better as well. Just helps aid recovery, re-lengthening your muscle fibres, and just adding a bit of strength and movement and mobility in different ways, okay? So if you can improve your mobility, you can improve everything you do when it comes to exercise. So all your range of movements, if you can improve your flexibility through here, it means you can do squats and in this position, whereas not in this position. Okay, so it's all about the better mobility you have, the better you can exercise, the less injury you're prone you'll be. And yeah, all good. Great work, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock if you're doing our HIIT session. Great work guys, good to see you, and see you soon.